Roger, give me that gun, run. Right along that back, baby. Aim hot. Clear hot.
Ladies, gents, how's it going? Random Gary here. We have hit 3,000 subscribers. I am genuinely blown away. I can't believe 3,000 people want to listen to my stupid Ulster accent. But honestly, my channel goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers. I thought that would be a real achievement, and to be sitting on 3,000 and the speed of change, it's just been phenomenal. So thank you guys, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. It's hugely appreciated. If you don't know why I do these videos, I'm a tier 2 British Gallantry recipient. I received the nation's second highest award for Gallantry, the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross, one below the VC, and I thought it would bring a slightly different lens when I'm observing some of these Gallantry recipients and talking about some of the feelings, some of the emotions that people go through when receiving these awards. Today it's Gary Wetzel, who was a Medal of Honor recipient from Vietnam. Let's check out his story.
There's 9 of us in the family. I have 5 sisters and 3 of the brothers. My pop was a factory worker, and my mom, after most of the siblings were in school, she got a part-time job at a hospital, being like what they call like a nursing assistant. February 15th, 1966, that I enlisted in the service. Something that I wanted to do. Basically my first trip, going away from home, so that was an experience. I remember getting somewhat excited when
my first trip going away from home. I think that was quite a common thing back then. Some of your first deployment would be your first time away. Quite often nowadays, people have been all over the place. People have been on many holidays and everything. But yeah, it must have been so surreal to join a new job, to get quite institutionalized, I suppose, and then to start traveling around the world. I can really see the draw and the kind of, yeah, the excitement that must have surrounded it.
Announced that we're our final approach, to Saigon in Vietnam. And they
First one
opened up
that
back on a plane, and like a big rush of hot, humid air. It's, kind of caught you off guard. And had an odor to it. I remember just being uneasy for a while, looking and smelling, and I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. But there's a part of me that was saying that, I wasn't, so I don't know.
Gary Wetzel arrived in Vietnam and was assigned to an ordnance outfit that supplied various convoys with ammunition. But wanting to be a gunner on a helicopter, he re-enlisted for 3 years in order to have his choice of duty stations. On January 8, 1968, after serving 2 years and taking part in various operations, Wetzel and his unit were completing routine search flights when 4 Australian Allied helicopters that had come under heavy fire nearby arrived at their base camp.
4 helicopters come in, the Australian choppers. They just came in, and they were just tore up. So their people were talking with our people, discussing where it happened, which is about a click away. They put together.
That's close. That is ridiculously close, and for choppers to be tore up, it means that there has to be a ridiculous rate of fire on the ground, coordinated, and yeah, quite a lot of it.
Some form of an
only
operation.
a kilometer.
The Australians joined us, so we had 10 American helicopters and 4 Australians. Well, we're making our approach, and normally when you're coming in with the slicks, the choppers, you have the first set of gunships that prep the LZ, and then the second set of guns are about 100 yards in front of you. Well, we're getting closer. It's like, where's these gunships? Come on, boys, And I look out the chopper, and the gunships are about a quarter mile behind us. Right then and there, it's a big goddamn mistake.
Oh man!
We get about treetop level. We're coming in. We're committed, and then must have been 8 million of them stood up. I mean, not that many, but. And we get hit in the left front. The RPG, it's what they call a rocket propelled grenade, blows in front of the ship out. And we finally come to a skidding halt. The crossfire is horrendous. Timmy, my aircraft commander, he got hit, like, say, from here down. It was nothing but chopping. Just And then my crew chief Bart was coming in over the radio pedestals. We unsnapped Timmy to get him on the other side. We figured it was safer on the other side of the ship for some reason.
I think one thing that's easy to overlook is the speed that these incidents unroll at. It sounds like this was immediate. This was ferocious. This was so aggressive, and they found themselves on the ground, multiple casualties, on a platform completely destroyed. And it sounds like it's happened in a very, very compressed space of time. And for your brain to be able to comprehend that, to take that on board, and for you to be able to still operate at a degree where you need to pretty much fight for your life, you can't put that into words, really, can you? You know.
And got him about halfway up, and then Bart says, "Duck." He goes like this, and I hear a bang. Kind of threw me next to the seat. I was hanging on here, and then I'm out here, and this part of my arm is hanging straight down here. And then I yelled real loud, and I look over to my left, and I see this VC is gonna take another grenade, he's gonna throw it, but I had my Thompson, so then I pulled the trigger and zippered him up.
Thompson. That gets him legendary status, irrespective of what happened next. Rolling a Thompson, this boyo is gangster.
And then he fell back, and then heard a big explosion. I was happy for that because I figured I got, some more of his buddies. I turned back to Timmy. Bart and I put tourniquets on his legs that stopped the bleeding, and grab him and slide him across the rice paddy towards the rice dike. At least get him on an angle, keep his head out of the water. And I figured I got a little bit more zip left in me, so I grabbed the Thompson. I kind of low crawled around the front of the ship.
He's crawling, his arms hanging off. He's got a Thompson, which isn't light. He's already done one casualty extraction. Any of you who've done a genuine, legitimate casualty extraction will know how much that takes out of you. Physically, never mind emotionally. And for him to have all of this other stuff going on.
Ship, and there's 6 of them.
I am blown away.
And they were trying to take my 60 off, my machine gun. I yell at them, they look at me, and I pull the trigger, eliminated that. I went back by Timmy, and he kept telling Bart and myself, he'd say, "Tell Jane I love her," which is his wife. I'm like, "Shut up, you tell her yourself, we'll get out of this shit, And like I said, we got Timmy here in my arm, and he looks up and he says, "Tell Jane," and then at that time I thought he died. You don't have a chance to get emotional, cry, sad, whatever, you have to react. So I figured I want to get a few more of these sons of bitches. I took my hand and I tucked it inside my belt so it wouldn't flap around. And I tell everybody I do what I call my John Wayne run and start going back towards my chopper because I know that's where my 60 is. And the bullets are zinging, zinging, zinging. Sometimes you figure they're going right through you. And then I got nailed in the leg, and I remember being down on one knee. But from that point to the next thing I remember, I'm in my gun well. How I got there, I don't know.
I'm hearing a couple of things here that I want to bring out. Dick Winters spoke about 3 stages of individuals in war. There's the "I'm too good, nothing will ever happen to me." There's the second stage, which is, "Hey, stuff's happened to my friends. It could happen to me." And then stage 3 is it's me next. I'm dead. Something's going to happen. And he said they go one of 2 ways in that stage 3. And I might be paraphrasing here. I'm on lots of medication and I haven't read his book for a number of years. But he basically said one of those 2 ways is, "I want nothing more to do with this." And I think he was referring to Blythe, that blindness that Blythe got from trauma and from stress amazingly, Blythe managed to get through that and to fight on for a part of the war afterwards. But the other stage is I'm going to take as many of these bad guys with me as I possibly can. And he said that was the people who were real hammers. When Gary just said that, that's what I was thinking. He is resigned. He has given his life already in his mind, and he just wants to take as many of them as possible. And then secondly, this stage where he's talking about he didn't know how he got there. I hurt myself a long time ago. I was bleeding out. I ruptured my spleen. And whenever you're bleeding out, whenever you're going into shock, you have these moments of euphoria. You have these moments of pretty much unconsciousness where your body is just doing stuff. And it sounds like he's in quite a severe amount of shock here. For him to be able to tuck that arm into his trouser, for him to be able to fight on. It's again, if it was in a movie, you would say it was rubbish, wouldn't you? You would not believe this was possible.
And I'm like, come on, you sons of bitches, come get me. Here I am. And figured this is my last hoorah, let's go.
Although bleeding profusely from the loss of his left arm, Wetzel took the enemy under fire. He remained at his position until he had eliminated the automatic weapons emplacement that had been endangering the lives of his men.
Later on, when we were trying to survive, I would grab guys by the shoulder and slide them across the mud net to the medic so he could work on them. I passed out at various different times, and
I have passed out at various different times. This is one of the most powerful stories I've heard doing this channel. It's just phenomenal.
Some people say, there's a lot that I pull out. I don't know. I was busy. I wasn't counting. A lot of death that day. A lot of death. And life goes on.
Gary Wetzel spent 6 months in the hospital and was discharged at the end of June. He was working at a new job when a colonel, major, and first sergeant paid him a visit.
They told me I had to go see this liaison, but they said it's something important. I'm like, yeah, I gave you an arm. What else do you need, But it took them about 10 days to convince me I was going to go down and receive the Medal of Honor. And it was the trip. They told us that the president's going to look at you, and you look right back at him. Show him you got guts. It's like, okay. And I did. And, very, very special. Since then, I've met 9 presidents, been to 6 presidential inaugurations. We tend to look at the red, white, and blue, and, oh, there's a flag. But I see into the flag. I see beyond the flag. I see before what the people did, men and women, for us to be here right now.
Incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. I would love to hear the point of view of the people around him. If anybody's got any decent sources for that, please let me know. I think there's so much more to Gary's story than Gary is telling himself. I think he's sticking to the citation. So please comment below if you know any more about it. 3,000 subscriber giveaway. Please, if you want to be part of that, you can do it in this video as well. Just write yes in the comment section. Make sure you're a subscriber and like the video. That would be hugely appreciated. Ladies, gents, special shout out today. It's Tom's birthday. He is 10 years old. Happy birthday, Tom. We've sent you a gift. It's a little bit delayed. I think it's with the whole COVID thing, but it is on its way. And a hi to Rob, to Kelly, and to Nina as well. Can't wait to catch up with you guys after all of this COVID thing. I'll see you again very soon, guys. Get in the comment section and get in that free giveaway. Once a Pilgrim, The Angry Sea. It's by James Deegan. I'll catch you soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.